Don't lose your turtle.
A relentless safety snake bite. It might be illegal.
It'll also make your turtle a little bit sad. Or maybe a lot. I don't speak turtle, so I don't know. I was actually reminded of this post yesterday as I walked out into the garage getting ready to leave for my little mini vacation. As I sit recording this, I am feverishly working on my second safety book. So this episode is brought to you by my first, A Practical Guide to the Safety Profession, The Relentless Pursuit. You can get it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, crcpress.com, pretty much anywhere where there's an internet connection. Anyway, as I got ready to leave, I found a turtle in my garage. Like, for real. So it reminded me of this post. And I realized the title begs for context, so here it is. I don't sleep anymore. At best, I just hang upside down in my cave for a while and try not to stare at the clock. That gives me plenty of time to go looking for the end of the internet. I think I'm close. The other night, I ended up on nextdoor.com. I usually don't stay there longer than it takes to get the local crime update or hear about some strange happening in the park. But that night, I got caught up in a different type of thread altogether. The post read, "This is a long shot, but did anyone lose a turtle near Mesa Street?" From there, I learned about box turtle conservation, turtle habitats, what stresses turtles out, and how to help a turtle cross the street. I also learned that way more people than you would think had recently lost a turtle. Then the best comment of all popped into the thread. "If it's a western polka-dotted samurai turtle, it's probably illegal to keep it." I embellished the description a little bit, but it was ridiculous nonetheless. It's not illegal, by the way. I Googled it. The rest of the thread was a debate about the lawfulness of owning wild tortoises. As entertaining as it was, it got me thinking. Believe it or not, the legal comment reminded me of how we often approach workers. For some reason, people are conditioned to find fault in the action of others. I'm not sure if it's a defense mechanism, or deflection, or just negative thinking. I catch myself doing it all the time. I key in on what's wrong rather than seeing the good in what people are doing. In the case of the turtle, some nice neighbor was trying to get a pet back to its loving, albeit careless, owner. Just as I've written many times, I think it's critical that we get a grasp on what's driving people to do the things they do. Accusing them of breaking the law, even if they are, is just going to put up walls and make it harder to drive your point home. Consider that the next time you're out in the field and find someone in need of a little coaching. A little grace and understanding will go a long way. Because guess what? Whatever they're doing makes sense to them at that moment. Don't ignore what's happening by any means. But if no one's in immediate danger, consider taking your time and establishing a connection before you call someone out for their egregious violations. That's all for me for now. I gotta get back to writing. And on top of that, it's late, and I have to head back to the cave to hang upside down and pretend to sleep. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Safety Snake Bites with Jason Maldonado. Tomorrow on the podcast, we have probably our most exciting episode ever. We are doing our first ever crossover with Probability Matters. And we're calling it TGIP, just like the old days back in the 90s when Full House came on, and then Step by Step, Family Matters, and all those shows. That's what we're hoping to bring back. But beyond that, it was a great conversation. We're not going to want to miss it. We'll see you again next time.
The views expressed on this podcast are solely the opinions of the hosts and their guests, not necessarily their employer, organization, committee, or any other group or individual on this planet or any yet to be discovered containing intelligent life. The podcast is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only. Nothing within this recording is intended to be used as legal guidance or representation of any entity. No portion of the podcast may be reproduced without the express written consent of the show's creator, Safety Justice League, LLC. But hey, ask us nicely, we'll probably share.